All right, guys, I'm getting ready for work. Just getting my hair off the neck of my neck. Okay, so I'm getting ready for work, and I just want to talk about living in a trailer. I was looking at my last video just a minute ago, and living in a trailer. So it really doesn't matter in your motherhood whether you have a lot of money or a little bit of money. I personally think it's easier to not have to worry about money when you're mothering. I think these are my thoughts. I think when you have a lot of kids like I have 5, I think that things get wrecked. I mean, like, we lived in a trailer for 23 years, so I have Kevin Leandro accusing me now of having a posh life. So there is no posh. I'm used to living pretty, pretty below the poverty level. So, not that I have to. I mean, I was brought up with having things and having money, but my focus is just not really like on the worldly stuff, so to say. So, how do I start this? So basically, we lived in a trailer. We moved out of this apartment that it was a big apartment, but the upstairs couldn't be used because it wasn't, the fire department said it wasn't livable upstairs. There were, let me see, were there 3 rooms upstairs or 2? I'm going to say 2, but one looked like it could be another room. So we had a room downstairs when we first had our son, and so we made that into a nursery. And from there we had to move, and it was very short notice. So I remember seeing this trailer. We went looking around, and I'm like, you know what? I could picture us there, to my husband, and he's like, yeah, I could too. And so we talked about it, and then his parents offered to co-sign for us. We didn't go to them, they offered. So we were there for 23 years, and we actually, I find it easier when you have a bunch of kids. And I'm trying to think, like, later on I worked and we rented a 3-bedroom, and I'm trying to think if things would have been easier when they were younger, all 5 of them in a big home. I think it would have still been kind of the same kind of, I don't, not exactly the same. I mean, I had to work, so I wouldn't have been able to be affording something like that if I had to work. No way. That was, when we moved in, it was a good deal. It was $1,600 for a 3-bedroom on a little lake or pond, and that was not bad for what we had. And then it went up to $1,900. When we were in the trailer, we were, what was it, like $500 a month? So that's like, almost 3 times at first the amount we were paying in rent. So I chose to, for me to be home, even though I did do side hustles, to be able to take care of my kids. And yeah, stuff did get wrecked. I mean, we would have a couch, and boys, they are, they go right through things. I had one that went right through his sneakers really fast. And whatever, however you schedule things, if you allow your kids to eat in the living room, things are going to be spilled on. If we were in the bigger home, I would be busy working, so I wouldn't have had the time to take care of the home or the kids. So I really think, as a mother, this is my opinion, I think when you have a big family, you're better off to have small living quarters because you can control it better. When we did have more room in the bigger house, I think we just had more messes. I would think, okay, bigger house, more room, I don't have as much housework. And in some ways you don't, because your house, you can hide things, you've got an extra room or whatever to put things away and not worry about it. Where you're in a small space, you have to be on top of things a little bit more because it's small and you have to keep up with it. So I think either way you go, I think the main thing is, if you can take care of your children and pay attention to them. And for me, maybe just my personality, being an introvert, being a minimalist, it was easier for me to have less at that time. So now as a minimalist, you do upgrade your life as you get older. Those are the rewards of hard work when you're at first investing in your family. So now, um, you know, my husband and I, we would have had a lot more now, but right now I'm working, so I'm on my way to work, and having stuff is still not my priority. It's just saving. It's just saving. So remember, when you have your family, that is the priority. And then later on, when you have more money, just put it away. Still continue to live minimalist all your life. Don't feel like, I mean, there was a time when I was traveling that I spent more, or my husband and I had a few more treats. But remember to stay minimalist all your life, and you'll be fine if you just stay that way. And those having a family, a lot of women think, oh, it's such a sacrifice to have kids. I won't be able to have whatever I want. But it actually trains you to care more about somebody else and to be frugal. I think having a family teaches you frugality, because you can't just be that teenager anymore who, you see clothing on the rack and you want this and you want that. I mean, I came from materialism, so you don't, you're not going to have that anymore. So use the skills that you got when you had a family. And we don't talk about this in society. We don't talk about all the skills you gain from having a family. You're managing a whole home. So when you get out into the workforce, if you're good at it, you can manage, lots of places. So, yeah, use those skills and stay minimalist, and you'll do well in life. That's what I got for now, guys. Thanks.